My name's Elle and I work for my studio in Somerset, making bespoke models of my clients' homes. Today I'm going to show you how you can make your own little cottage, either using a template from my website or your own template. On my template, there is a little drawing of the cottage on one side, along with the chimney area, the roof section, and a small window for you to practice on. On the reverse, I've copied some pages from fairy tale books and lined up the words, so when you cut out your cottage, important words such as house and roof will appear on the cottage that you're going to make. In order to make your cottage, you're going to need a template, some tracing paper, a metal ruler and a clear ruler or set square if you have one, some scissors, a craft knife, Pritt stick style glue and some liquid glue, which I put in a masking fluid applicator because it really helps to apply the glue in a very thin line, some tweezers if you have them, and some patterned paper of your choice to put on the roof. If you're going to make your own template, you'll need to ensure the cottage has walls of the same size and that the corresponding sides are the same length as well. Then you'll need to allow for these sections that point upwards for the roof, and also that your roof size matches the length on these sections of your template. This is the masking fluid applicator, which has a really fine point, which is perfect for applying glue on really thin areas. First of all, you need to cut out each section of your template. You can loosely cut out the house section, and then the chimney, and then the roof section. When you're doing the roof section, please allow at least 1 centimetre around the outside edge of the roof, so that when you come to cut out the patterned paper, it fits really neatly onto the template. Once you've roughly cut out your pieces, using scissors and a knife, you're going to carefully cut out each side to ensure that each tab is left with straight edges, so that when you come to fold it, it'll be really easy to go along each of the lines. Once you've roughly cut out your house section, you can use your scissors to carefully cut along all the edges of each tab. If you'd like to then use your craft knife to cut into the corners, this can be really helpful, taking out the small little pieces in between each tab. The next stage is to cut out your windows. You're going to cut out along the outside edge of each window and then just inside each of the crossbars of the windows. Make sure your plastic ruler is lined up. I use a plastic ruler so I can see which side of the window I'm on, and then you carefully go along each edge so they are lined up, making sure not to cut through the crossbars as you go along the outside edges. Once you have cut through all your outside edges, you will then move on to the crossbars. You need to leave just over 1 millimetre along the outside edges of the crossbars, again ensuring you don't go through the middle section. And then you will turn the windows round and go through the other sides of the crossbar sections. Once you've cut out all along the outside edges and the crossbars, you'll then be able to take out each piece of window section using your craft knife to help you. Sometimes the corners can get a little bit stuck, so again use your craft knife to help you remove these individual sections. Once you've cut out all your window sections, you can then use your clear ruler to cut along the top edge of your front door and the side edge that I've drawn a little pair of scissors on, and again along the bottom edge. You will then be in a position to lift up the door once you have scored along the edge with the lines on, which I would not like you to cut along. The scoring helps you open the door. We're next going to make your window frames using the windows that you've cut out as a template. Please find a piece of blank space on your template and turn it upside down and lay your house onto it. And then using a pencil, you're going to draw into the outside corners of each window to create the templates for your frames. Once you've drawn out your 6 window shapes, you're going to then use your clear ruler to cut along the inside of each window frame. I do all the horizontal edges at the same time and then do all the vertical ones afterwards. Once you've cut out the edges of your frames, use your craft knife to take out each of the middle sections, one by one. Then using your scissors, you're going to cut out window frames around the outside edge of each of the holes that you've just created. I do this by eye and I make each frame just over 1 millimeter wide, but it's up to you how wide you want your frames to be. Next, we're going to stick the frames on, and using the masking fluid applicator, apply a little amount of glue around the outside edge of your windows. And then using your tweezers, you're going to pick up each of the individual frames and carefully stick them in place. We're now going to cut out the sections of tracing paper to stick on the reverse of your windows. Lay the tracing paper over the reverse of the window sections and using a pencil, just draw around the windows to ensure that the tracing paper is wide enough to go over the windows but not going to cover up the reverse of the front door. Then using your Pritt Stip style glue, we're going to apply some glue to the back of each window frame and then stick your sections of tracing paper onto the reverse. Once you've stuck down your tracing paper, we're then going to score along all the edges to create each of the tabs. I prefer to use a metal ruler for this, and I lay it along the tabs and just carefully score with my craft knife along the lines shown. I then use another ruler, or set square in this case, to fold up the tabs really carefully. Once you've scored all the tabs, it's a good idea to check they've been folded really carefully. So just go along the outside edge of your cottage and double check that they've been folded down. Then using your fluid applicator, we're going to apply a thin line of glue along the outside tab and then hold it in place with the far edge of the cottage. Make sure the bottom edges are all lined up so it'll sit flush on a surface when it's finished. Next, using your Pritt Stick style glue, we are going to put some glue on the reverse of your roof section, really going up to all the edges, and then using your chosen piece of patterned paper, you're going to stick that onto the reverse and leave that until it has dried properly. Whilst the roof is drying, we're going to cut out your chimney template. This is quite a small and fiddly template, and you're aiming to end up with a piece that looks like a cross with various tabs coming off the sides. Once you've cut out your chimney template, we're going to score along each of the tabs so that we can fold the piece up. I use a clear ruler for this so I can see where I am in relation to the rest of the piece. We're then going to apply glue on each of the tabs on the inside of the chimney and then carefully fold the outside edges in. This can be quite fiddly, but if you use 4 fingers to hold it in place and then leave it to cure for a few seconds, it will get there. One of the last few things we need to do is to cut out the roof, which we have stuck the pattern paper onto. Using your scissors, you're now going to carefully cut along the outside edge, and then we're going to use our craft knife and ruler to score along the middle of the roof to fold it slightly. Then, using the masking fluid applicator, we're going to apply a small amount of glue along each of your folded tabs on the top half of the house. And once the glue is applied, we're going to take your folded roof section and carefully stick it onto the top, ensuring that it is centered on the cottage. I would advise turning the cottage round to check that all the edges are securely in place. Finally, we're going to add some glue on the bottom 2 tabs of your chimney and a little bit on the inside edges of the corner pieces. And then you can choose which side you want to stick your chimney on, and then carefully hold it in place and wait for it to dry after a few seconds. And there we have your finished little cottage.